Hi everybody, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So, Happy New Year! It is now the 1st of January. I hope you guys all had a wonderful night last night. So we're going to get right into the decorating for 2016 by flicking to January in our planner. And we're going to decorate this month. It's all going to come out all over the place. So just as per usual, we're just going to remove those. Because we're working at the front, of course, it's going to be a pain to do this. That's okay. Close. Yay! Look, it worked! Hooray! So I'm just going to put this away for a minute. I'll come back to it in a sec. So we're going to get straight into January. As you can see, there's a couple of little bits on here already, but January is pretty quiet, which I'm really thankful for. Only thing I need to add a few things in along the way, but we'll get there when we get there. So the first thing I'm going to do is just rub out, no I'm not, I'm going to rub stuff out afterwards. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to use it's a scrapbooking paper book I bought this from Spotlight a long time ago. I will try and find it online and link it for you below, but I'm kind of going to use this, like these bits. I'm really not good with my words today. Use bits from this book to decorate. There you go, I knew I'd get it eventually. So I'm just going to grab a couple of the pages I'm going to use. Yes, I'm going to use that one. So I'm just going to pull this one out. And I'm going to grab this one. This is really nice, this one, because it's got like metallic decorate or decals or stuff to it. So I'm going to use those two, and then there's one more that I want as well. I just have to find it. There we go. So I'm just going to get these three. I'm not going to use all of them, obviously. Not going to use all of the bits of paper, but this is how I'm basically going to start it. So we're going to start with this page here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these decals. So I'm going to use the gold here, and then I might use, I don't know, I'll use the other ones in a second as well, but we'll start off with these ones. So I'm just grabbing my big paper trimmer, because obviously my little one's going to be too small. Knocking that off. I think I missed my bin, but I tried. I'm just going to move these out of the way. So I'm going to use, definitely going to use that gold one. Now this is a 12 by 12 paper trimmer, so this fits in basically perfectly, and it will line it up straight. So that's the best part about this. So what I'm doing is I'm just lining this up with that gold, and I'm just cutting. So I've basically got, I'll stop using that word, I've got a perfect trim down the side there. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to grab the whole gold bit. Just always make sure that your cutter is at the top, just makes it a bit easier. Now that one I've missed just a little, so I'll fix that up when we get there. There you go. I'm just going to do, I'm not going to cut out the whole bit because I don't want it to be that thick, so I'm just going to line it up with the ruler and just use the ruler as the line. So I'm going to use these two bits. That'll go into my paper collection and I'll use them later. So I'm going to use these two bits to start with. I'm just going to grab my scissors. I'm just going to really carefully just cut down the side here so I get rid of this extra white bit. So I'm just going to do that and I'll be right back. So there we go. I've now cut off all the white bits. So I'm left with these two strips like this. So I'm going to do one side is obviously going to be thicker than the other. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have the gold running down this one. And I'm going to have the stripes running down this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off so it's actually going to sit flush, basically. Yeah, that's straight. So we're going to run it like that, and then we're going to go with some of the other bits and pieces. So we'll stick these down first. So I'll start with this side. I'm just going to cut it, not necessarily right to size, but a little bit more so I don't waste all my glue dots. So I'm just going to run this. I don't have any scrap paper handy, so I'm just doing this without it, so I have to clean my desk afterwards. I'm just running that down there. You know, I don't actually think I got any on the desk. I don't know how that happened. So I'm just going to put this sideways. Excuse my head, which is about to come into shot. Just trying to work out if I want to run it in the middle or right on the edge. I think I'm going to run it in the middle, so there's a bit of a white gap between it. So I'm going to run that right along where the holes are. I'll come back to that in a minute. And then for this one, so we're going to do the same. I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to trim it to size a little bit. And then we're just going to run it like the glue just down one side, just because I know that we're not going to use it all the way. So I'm just going to run it like that, and then a little bit more like that. Make sure I do this the right way. So lining it up. Again, head's going to be in the shot. Here we go. And then just sticking it down. Perfect amount of glue. Well done. So that's what it's going to look like there. Then we're going to grab the scissors. Just cut off the excess bits. So with this one, I'm just going to grab my other paper trimmer. This is just my little one. I'll cut this first. I'm just going to cut these edges first. Just try to be as close to the edge of the page without actually cutting the page. Use the trimmer to go down the side here because it might just be a bit easier. Yeah, pretty perfect. So that's then what it's going to look like. So you see now what I mean about having that white between the two. I think that actually looks really nice. So that's the start, and the next part we're going to do is we're kind of going to do a bit of decorating. Now I've used this book before, so I have got some offcuts and bits and pieces that I have used or that have been left over. So I'm going to use some of these along here to kind of decorate rather than cutting out more pages. So I'm just sticking or putting them where I think I like them. I think 2 might be enough on that side. So as you can see where I use this, I made these drawers from the same paper out of this box. So that's where I keep some of my little bits and pieces. So I'm going to put it like this. I'm just going to move that down there. So I'm going to leave these like that. I'm just going to grab my sticker maker, just because these are a little bit more fiddly. I'm going to run these through the sticker maker. So I'm going to show you how, you guys have seen this before, but I'm going to run these ones through. So you just put them in like that. Try not to let them run into each other. Just rub this down. You just have to rub a little bit once you're putting some of the sticky tends to get stuck. So I'm just going to go ahead and make stickers out of these other ones and stick them down, and I'll be right back. So that's what we've done once we've stuck everything down. So now I'm just going to really quickly rub out these other bits. So what we're going to do is we're going to write in a couple of bits and pieces before we continue decorating. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to the cricket. So I'm just going to grab, kind of using a brown and pink theme here. So I'm going to kind of continue that with my pens. So just going to write these down. We also might be going to the Big Bash, but I don't want to put it in because we might not be doing it now. So I might leave that. I'm just going to grab my mini planner. Just go in here to my little sticker envelope. So I'm just grabbing some of my little diver guys. I'm just putting him there. Grabbing this pen again. I'll be diving there somewhere, I just don't know where yet, so we'll leave that like that. We also have netball that comes back next month. I just don't know when yet, so I'm not going to put that in. I don't have any netball stickers left anyway, so we'll put netball back in a bit later. So I've got the cricket, I've got diving. Just trying to think what else I need to put in there. We'll sort of leave it for now and we'll come back to it. As I said, this is a very quiet month, so I like the fact though that it's going to be quiet. So I'm going to go into this one here. The same thing as I did before, I'm just going to fold down this top. One of I don't know if it's a subscriber or if it's or if she's just someone that's watched, but she just mentioned on one of my videos that I was having trouble getting stuff out of the paper lovers book. And she just suggested folding before I did it. So I've been doing that a lot with some of these other things and it's been working. So we shall continue to fold before we cut. Maybe that helps, or tear. Maybe that'll help. So what I'm going to do here is I just want to get some of these little tags on the side. Come on. There we go. I'm not going to be too particularly, actually, you know what? I'm going to cut them out by hand, might just be easier. So I'm just going to cut these out, being really, well, not really rough, but being not so delicate to start with. And then we'll go in a bit more carefully. Actually, we'll use the baby trimmer for this one because I do want these to be reasonably straight, so we'll just line them up and use the baby trimmer. Obviously can't use the baby trimmer for all the cuts. The ones on the inside there are going to be a bit harder, and even this one here is going to be reasonably difficult, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, didn't work out too bad. The top one though is probably easier just to use your scissors. So I'm just being as careful as I can be. There we go. So that's worked out rather nicely. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing with these two, and I'll be back in just a sec. there's the 3 tags now that I've cut them out. So I want to use this one over here. I'm just going to put it in the middle there. This is purely for decoration. I may put a sticker in the middle of that in a minute, but. And then these ones, kind of just want to put them up there, but kind of wasting. I'm just going to pull this one off. I know I put it down before, but I don't really like it anymore. Now the sticker paper, like sticker maker, does very good stickers, so that's not tearing anything up, which you could actually almost use that sticker again if you wanted to, which I might still do. So I'm going to put these, that one's going to run right up against it, and that one's going to kind of run just below it. I don't know why, I just think that looks really nice. So I'm not going to use the sticker maker for this one because it's not so delicate. Just run a bit of glue tape there, bump it right up against the other piece and right up against the top. Whoops, I'll grab that in a sec. Something that you can do when you take a sticker off, sometimes you'll notice that some of the sticker residue is still left behind. If you just grab an eraser and rub it out, all that stickiness goes away. So a little bit more glue on this one. There we go. Let's just stick this one down the side. Oops, missed the desk. I need to put just something on that, but we'll get to that in a sec. So the very last thing I'm going to do, almost the very last thing I'm going to do with this last page, so I'm just going to grab hold of it, do my fold and tear like I was taught. I'm just going to use this one here, Let the World Surprise You. It's a bit of a postcard kind of decoration thing to put in here. So I'm just going to grab the paper trimmer again, and only because I want to be able to use probably this one again, I'm just going to cut this out reasonably carefully. Sometimes the paper doesn't quite want to fit, so I'm just going to slide it in this way and just trim this top edge a little bit, which is probably not a bad thing because I was going to do that anyway. Just lining that up, making sure it's straight, which it's still not. Damn it! It's right, I'll fix it in a sec. So I got the bit I want. I'm just going to flip over to my little one because I seem to trust it more. Don't know why. So what I'm going to do this one is just stick it. It'll sit basically there. So it is going to sort of disguise that part of the week, but I actually really like the way it sits. So we're going to do that. So what we need to do is grab our hole punches because we haven't punched our holes yet. I'm just grabbing the hole punch and just using the page before as a guide so I can see where the holes are. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this and I'll be back in just a sec. Punch all those holes out. I'm just going to grab hold of, sorry, I've got some stuck to my finger and they won't come off. Go on. So I'm just going to grab this one, just put it where I want it, which is right in this top corner. Okay. grab a pen or a pencil. Just put your little dots. There we go. So it'll sit just like that. Just looking at it and going, right, do I need to add anything else? This is a very simple sketch, very simple kind of design. I'm not doing anything particularly special this month. It's mainly because I actually sort of set myself a challenge. Can I decorate something without using anything from Kikki K? Can I? Yes, I can. Does it look quite so good? Yeah, it's alright. But I'm just having a look, making sure there's nothing else I think I need. There's plenty of gold on this side. It's balanced out. There will be other things that get added to this along the way. January's just pretty light on for birthdays. Oh, that's what I've forgotten. So I need to do two things. First of all, I need to get green and gold because Australia Day is in here. So that is everything at the moment. As I said, there will be things added. I'm pretty sure along the way somewhere something will get added. Just looked at, no. I was looking at thinking I need to put something on this side as well, but no, I don't. I'm not going to do it because it is quite perfect the way it is. That's the way it's supposed to be looked at, and you don't tend to look at this side too often. So I'm going to leave it exactly like that. So that is January 2016 in my planner. I hope everybody had a wonderful New Year's Eve. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Yes, it's going to be the weekend. It's a weird weekend, this one. And I will talk to you guys again really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.